Hey y'all, welcome back. Hope everybody has had a great Father's Day. It is actually Sunday night here, so some of you may still be celebrating a little bit. You probably won't see this until tomorrow though. So it was Father's Day, and Greg got to choose what he wanted to do. It's kind of how we roll. I was excited that he was able to be off. He usually has to work for holidays and things, but he wanted to go to Bright's Antique World in Franklin, Kentucky. We have not been up there. Well, he's not been since October, and it may have been longer since I have been up there. That is one of Greg's favorites, and we don't go there very often because when we do, we spend way too much money. But on the way to Bright's, we passed by 112 Antique Store, and that is on 65 North, headed towards Kentucky, and it's off of exit 112. We haven't been there probably since late summer, maybe early fall. So we also went to Flea Land after we went to Bright's. So we have quite the haul for you guys. A lot of it was Father's Day presents. So let's just jump right in. You all know that when you go to antique stores, they take off the tags. So I don't really know that I'm going to be able to remember what a lot of things cost. And then some booths were on sale, so we got discounts. So I'm just going to do the best I can. Now, Greg had Christmas on the brain. So he found this A&P Jane Parker potato chip tin can. It's got the 99 cents label on it. It was in a booth that was 20 or 25% off and off of 30. So he was excited to find this. He thought this would be great for Christmas. Y'all, this is all the man has been able to talk about for days is Christmas. Honestly, probably a little bit longer than that. Let's see. We didn't get a whole lot at 112, but we got some big things. We got this, I don't know, you can hang it on the wall maybe if you wanted to, but like this wall cabinet, it was only $30. You know, it's had several colors to it. It's got little hooks up here where you could maybe hang coffee cups or something in it. This little piece was in there. But y'all, I'm not sure. I sort of have a plan for this. I don't know if Greg agrees. I have a cough drop in my mouth. I'm sorry, guys. But I was thinking for Christmas, take that black cabinet that's on my front porch off of that green table, the small cabinet, not my jelly hutch, and put this on the green table for Christmas and fill it up with maybe some like Santa mugs, like not my like really old Japan Santa mugs, but maybe some of my more vintage or even some Hobby Lobby Santa mugs. Like that would be really cute. So I'm not really sure exactly what we will do with this, but y'all know it will be somewhere for Christmas. Now we also got this, but it was sold as an old apothecary type cabinet. So there's this. There's the inside. This is not easy to maneuver. But I thought how great this would look with ironstone on my kitchen counter. So I plan on trying to do that tonight maybe. Okay, y'all, we're going to open this up together. We also got at 112 Antiques. Oh, they shoved this down in here and it didn't break. Now, I don't know. I know they've been out there. I just don't pay attention, but I don't know that I've ever seen a green Folgers tin. So how cute is that going to look with a Christmas tree in it out on the front porch? That'll be super cute. And I don't remember how much this was. Maybe $6? I don't know. I don't remember. Now, Greg made me get this. I straight up told him I did not want it, but I have the bigger one. And so he wanted me to get it to go with my larger strawberry McCoy pitcher. So I have two. And this may have been $12. I don't know. When you just do so much, like, I forget. And then my favorite thing that I got, you know, even though it's Father's Day, from 112 is this right here. Now, it's got some kind of sticker on it. I can't really make out what the sticker says, but it is a little drip kettle for probably like grease. But I'm going to take this lid off. It has so much staining on it. Look at the lid. So this was $15, or maybe it was $12. I don't remember. But I'm going to put this on top of the stove, on top of the very heavy noodle board. Okay, so that was our finds from 112 Antiques. Now, let me show you what all we got at Bright's. Starting off strong, I saw this, and the vendor, I didn't see her in her booth. A little annoyed because it didn't have a price on it. Of course, I said, why is this not priced? And then here I hear a voice, I just haven't got to it yet. So, y'all know that I love these old, for whatever reason, these old fruit pitchers. So and this frame is amazing. Now, this was 10% off of 30. But look at that. There we go. I know. Lighting issues. Can you see it? Y'all, that's probably, I don't know. I love this. This might be my favorite find of the day. Now, I found some little butter pats made in Japan. They were $5 a piece. They're not the chunky kind, but they are florals. There's some sweet little roses, like some little wildflowers. Because I collect all kinds of butter pats. And so I'm just going to put these. I have a little tureen that I kind of have lots of just different ones, and I'm going to throw them in there. These are getting harder and harder to find, especially at affordable prices. So we got a little butter mold. It was $9, and it has, you can't really see it, but it does have like a little floral on the bottom. Now, I usually try to collect the brown baby shoes, but I have not been able to find any, y'all. So I found these. They were 25 or 30%. They were 30% off of $10. So I'll just throw in some little white ones with mine. Super cute, but I am on the hunt for some more of these. I like how I have them in my clothes, but I'd like to put them in like a big jar or something. I have to pick up Greg a Father's Day card. Honestly, we don't do cards very often because he doesn't really read them. He just looks at them and tries to make me think he's reading them. But I found these were $2 a piece, and to my swell daddy, to daddy on Father's Day. Of course, they're little dogs, and they're all been used. And this one is to daddy on his day, and it is a little kitten. So that'll be cute to put out. Okay, y'all, now we really debated about whether even showing y'all these or not. But I think in just transparency, I've decided to show you these. Now, we don't claim to be experts. We have only been doing this for a little over 2 years. We have so much to learn about the vintage and the antique world. And it's kind of embarrassing, but I decided last minute to show you guys this, just almost so you can be aware and to know to look out for this. So, these 3 things were in a case. It was one of the first things that we saw. And Greg got so excited. And, you know, we had to have somebody come open the case. And when I looked at it, it doesn't say Okay, I'm going to read the tag to you. Campfire Marshmallow Tin. Now, if this were in my booth, I would have written vintage style or antique like. Those are keywords that lets buyers know, hey, this is a replica. You're not getting the real thing. But this person didn't feel the need to write that. So when I looked at it, I knew that they were replicas. But there was a gentleman that was standing there, and Greg was so convinced that they were not. And I didn't want to argue with Greg in front of this guy. I just kind of felt like, this is my husband. I don't need to be in the store arguing with him about these things. You cannot get Wi-Fi, or you can't. Our phones don't work very well in Brights, so we couldn't Google Lens these. But I just did not want to. I just didn't think that would look good, standing there arguing with my husband in front of another man. And so I just was like, I even told him twice. I was like, those are not real, but if you want them, get them. And of course, once we left, I was able to kind of explain to him that they're laminated. Anyway, I'm only telling you this so that you will know to be careful and to look for things. And I'm not saying that every booth vendor does, and maybe they just didn't think to put vintage like or antique style or anything like that on there. But as consumers, we know the wording to look for, And Greg read the tag, and he's like, it doesn't say that. So you can't, and being a vendor myself, I hate to say this, but you can't trust everybody, okay? Do your research, know what you're getting, know what you're looking for. And if you have to take a picture of something and go outside of a building to Google Lens it, then do that. That's okay. It is your money that you're spending. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And don't be afraid to, even if they've unlocked a case, to say, I think I'm going to pass. But I'm going to show you what we got. We got the smaller, does it say the weight? Doesn't have the weight on it. But the smaller Campfire Marshmallow Tin that is a handmade item, along with and this one says Old Glory Campfire Marshmallow Can. So this one is, I didn't even know they had blue and red. We got this one. I will say that they are cute. They were done very well, and it will look good with the summer decor. And then we got Uncle Sam's Fireworks Tin. Now that should say antique like, which it does not. So research. But anyway, it's Uncle Sam's Firework. It is a really cool. I will say the company that does this did a great job. They need to try to work on not making the label so shiny. But isn't that cool? Now that will look great for your 4th of July decor. And if I decide to put these in my booth, because I might, someday do that, I will be sure and label them accordingly so that if it is a new person to vintage things, they will know that these are replicas. And then the last thing that we bought at Brights has been something that we both have been wanting. And this is not a replica, and we were very excited to find this. The tag on this says that it is $18.59. So it is a round, I don't know, I know it's not a pantry, but like a pantry box, spice box. Now let's look at what's inside. So look, there's all the little spices all nestled in. This is an amazing primitive find. Oh my gosh, I should not have done that. This is pepper, and I'm really wishing I hadn't done that. Now it is like pressed in, and I cannot make out what it says. But Greg said that this was my Mother's Day present, because I don't remember what we did for Mother's Day. I know he worked, so I'll take this for Mother's Day, and Greg can have these campfire tents for Father's Day. How's that? Okay. So then we went up to Flea Land in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now, we had gone there before when we did that thrifting road trip a couple years ago, and the building is huge. And when we were in it, we really were just seeing like not good flea market stuff. And we didn't know that if you keep walking towards another part of the building that there was a little antique store. And so somebody told us today in Brights. Actually, the lady that we bought this picture from said, hey, if you go up the road to Flea Land, the twin or the one that goes with it might still be there. So y'all, for $12, I got the one that went with it. So how pretty is that going to be with my other one in the hallway? I am so excited about that. We only bought from one vendor there. I don't know if she's just like, I'm done, I'm over this, but she had great prices. So I got from my classroom, and it is missing like the caboose, but that's okay. This little Fisher-Price train to go up on top of my cabinets. I got 2 of these brown window pane crop bowls. They're just same size. I got this metal picnic basket. Look at that. It is in great shape. And they took the prices off everything, so I just don't remember what a lot of this was. I got this little sewing box. It's got buttons, needles and pins, and thread. And inside was this little brass thimble. I hope y'all can see this. I don't have my glasses and I can't really see very well. I'm pretty far away. I got this from my classroom. It is an ABC board. So they just move around. That's really cool. I haven't played with it. I just thought it was cool. For that laundry room we're going to make over someday, I got this little toy like washboard. It's got little stars on it. Also for my classroom, look at this. It is Raggedy Ann. Or not Raggedy Ann. Little Red Riding Hood. And then it's, well, her little hat's kind of tore up. But it's, if I can get it fixed, y'all. The wolf. Turned into the wolf. How cute is that? I got this shoe mold. It is a, it doesn't have the size. Some of them have the size. But look, that's got to be like, look at the step on that. Very cool. I have been wanting a brush like this for my, oh, y'all, shut up. Guess what? This is engraved with the letter A. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but that is my last name. That is perfect. I was thinking about putting this in the booth, but I'm going to keep this. Go with my lady things. I got this masher. I love the braiding on it. And I got this strainer. I like the handle. And then, of course, I got some green handle things. I got a melon baller and a, is that a paring knife? I can't think. But then I didn't have one of these. So it is a bottle opener or can opener. How cool is that? I got 3 rolling pins because I decided I didn't have enough in that big metal thing. So I got a red handle one, a green handle one, and just a plain wood one. And it is one piece. The things don't move, and it is really aged and beautiful wood. I got a very cool sifter. It has all kind of baked treats on it. It's got 3 screen written on it. I don't know what that means, but handy sift maybe, but it's one that goes like that. But look at the graphics. And then Greg got a smaller nail keg to go with his big one. Oh, it's falling apart. Now I want to show you real quick because I want to put it up. I went to an estate sale yesterday. Oh my gosh, I got this too. Hold on. Y'all are gonna love this because I love. Oh, I got 2 more things, y'all. Okay, Christmas. Look at this green metal oil lamp. How cute is that going to look mixed with some Santa mugs? And then Greg saw these. They had pink and yellow at maybe Bright's. And then we got up to the Flea Land, and they had 2 yellows, and he just couldn't stand it. He said, I got to be like Gene. So Greg has him a yellow chick picture. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get the pink and the blue ones. Okay, so that was all we got today. That was a lot. But y'all know we don't go there very often because we spend way too much money. But I also want to show y'all, I went to an estate sale yesterday that I hadn't planned on going to. I knew, it just from the pictures, there was nothing I really wanted there. But I had to drop Ruby off at the groomers, and it was literally like 4 minutes from the groomers. So I didn't get anything like too magnificent, but, well, one thing I think is, but that just goes to show, if you have time, go, even if the pictures don't show, because they don't picture everything sometimes. And it was 30% off day. So I got this tin because it has Santa and his sleigh and the reindeers. So that'll be great for Christmas. I got a white Bible. Now, I don't collect these, but I know somebody that does, so I picked these up for like to save for a blessing box. I got, because I know people are buying things for trinket trays. I got this, I just thought he was too cute. And he was like $1.40. This little frog. So how cute is he? Now this is staying with me. It's a little rabbit. He was like $1.42. And it kind of looks like those Japan rabbits that we've been buying. I did get this to put in my booth at Christmas. And it almost looks like, it's a hobbyist piece. It looks like some little kid did it. But it was $1.42. And I think that somebody likes vintage Halloween will love that. I bought this planner, and I'm going to clean it up and get it outside, I think, because it was like $3.20 or something like that. But they're wearing cute little bathing suits, and it just looks perfect for the 4th of July. Isn't that cute? Now, I got one more thing from there, and y'all are just going to die. You're going to laugh at me die. Not like, oh, I want one of those die. But I thought Greg was going to kill me. Hold on. Now, I wanted this for the frame. There's Hazel. Hazel, people like seeing you. Yeah, you say hi. I wanted this for the frame. It was in the basement. It was $9. It's so dirty. I didn't even notice what was in like the print until I got home. So I'm going to clean it up. And y'all, I'm going to put it with my other kitten picture in the bathroom. But I love the frame. Frame is fabulous. And it is more kittens and a little girl. But the frame is one of those amazing antique. Look at the... So for $9, yes please. And the best part about that, going to that sale, is I ran into my friend Esther, and it's always such a good time to see her and get to talk to her. She is a wonderful person, and that was a blessing. So that is going to be it for our Father's Day weekend. I'm going to get this edited. I'm going to get it, what I want to do is we are going to try to style some things now. I know I'm not good about that, showing y'all, and it just kind of leaves you wondering what we do with all this stuff. Some things I'm not going to be able to style. Y'all know some things are for my classroom. Some things are for Christmas. But I'm going to get styled what I can get styled, and I'm going to insert pictures at the very end of where we ended up putting things. So we have that estate sale coming up this Thursday. One of you asked if I could take you with me. I will try. Y'all know if you go to estate sales that some of them are just like Black Friday in the 80s. And what I may do is get the things that I want and then go back and film if I can, if it's not too busy. But regardless, you'll definitely have a haul. So you all have a great week. And until I see you again, happy thrifting.